whoa, this is kind of shocking. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I can't edit this.
You can't edit this. You cannot. I can. So,
right.
well, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm really excited to be able to sit down and talk with you, Jay. Sean from Zero Fidelity is the one that pointed you guys out first, and it was the recent clip RP 600 review that you did, and he's like, hey, these guys are really onto something. They're doing a great job. So super excited to have you on the show. Thank you for taking the time to do it. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, Sean's a great guy. I only just talked to him through emails, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, let's get the show rolling here. So
sure.
So Jay, I guess the first question that I have for you is, your channel was new to me, and for anybody that doesn't know who you guys are, what is Next Best Studio? And one thing that I noticed that is unique to your channel is it's not just you. You're not like a one-man show. You have some friends that are helping you out. So is that like the concept? Are you gonna have other folks that are going to be reviewing a bunch of other stuff? Are you trying to grow this bigger than just you guys? So what are you guys, and what's the idea behind Next Best Thing Studio?
Well, it used to be a one-man show. I used to go by something called Soulsick Reviews. And that was started when I was in university, just reviewing headphones and stuff like that. And then NBT Studio really started when 4 guys, including myself, met up through a used market. We all used a platform called Canuck Audio to sell and buy used gear to each other. And we became really good friends, and we decided to do this thing together. And so we had to rename it to something more, all of us instead of Soulsick, right? Which is the name I go by on my channel. And so it really just started a few months ago.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we don't plan to add more reviewers at the time of this recording, but who knows, maybe.
That's awesome, man. So you guys started as friends, and then that's interesting that everybody kind of had at least the same desire to do this. That's pretty fascinating that, hey, let's all jump in front of cameras and start reviewing hi-fi gear. That's really cool to hear that.
Yeah, and we all have very unique personalities. The guys are great, don't get me wrong, but we all have really unique personalities, and we're all really passionate in different ways.
Oh, that's awesome.
For example, we have Nick and Tujan, who does the videos, our main video guys. And Tujan is really like a home theater guy. He really likes home theaters, and he's going to bring that to the channel real soon.
Awesome.
And Avi is our PR guy who does the logistical side of things. He does the emails and written reviews. He's really good at writing. And there's Nick, who loves headphones just like I do. And yeah, so we're all different aspects, and we can really bring different kind of point of view to the viewers.
That's awesome, man. Very cool. Was there a singular event in your life where, like this moment happens, and then without a doubt, like, oh crap, I'm an audiophile? Like, was there a moment in your life where that happened, and if so, when was that?
I wouldn't really say there was a singular event or moment in my life. Because audiophile means to me, right, someone who loves music, and I always loved music. But if you're talking about the differences between headphones and speakers, I really, saw myself as an audiophile when my girlfriend got me the Sennheiser HD 598s for Christmas.
Nice.
It was the craziest thing, and that's a lot of money considering that we were still in university. I think second year. And we were all broke as a university child, right? So I thought I was going insane because the headphone was an open back headphone, and I could hear a soundstage that I never heard before.
Right. Oh, that's awesome, man. Wow. Are you guys? I'm kind of going off road here, but are you guys still together? Are you still with her?
Yeah, five years in.
Awesome, man. Awesome. You found a good one. That's great.
Yeah.
So, So I'm going to kind of set this up. So I watched as I mentioned, I did watch your review of the Klipsch RP600s, and one thing that you did that a lot of reviewers don't do is you showed the inside of the speaker, and I was like, hey, this is unusual. This is not the norm. He really is peeling back as many possible layers as he can to, you know, show the viewers, show his fans, like, hey, this is everything that I can possibly do to, you know, knock out this review. My question for you is this. As you progress as a reviewer, you have manufacturers that are now showing interest in what you're doing. And let's say that somebody sends you a really nice set of speakers, big boy speakers, right? And you crack open, you know, the speakers, and you're looking on the inside, and you see something that maybe is of a concern, that you're like, wow, this doesn't look all that great. Or you see a problem. You see something that you can identify as, this is shocking. Would you continue with the review? Would you do that? And what would that look like?
Well, it depends. You're really asking really good questions here, but I would say it depends. If there's a chance it was just my unit, right, then I give the manufacturer a chance to explain and fix the problem, so a benefit of doubt. But if they are basically saying it's not possible and make excuses and lie, then, you know, that's gonna go public.
Okay.
That's as a reviewer, I need to be transparent with my viewers, and if they're just lying and try to hide things, that's a total different story. Especially if it's a serious concern, like, you know, a fire hazard or a health concern, right?
Yeah.
Then that's got to go public. Especially if they're not trying to fix the problem. As long as they're trying to fix the problem, I will just send the unit back and let them fix the problem. And yeah, so simple as that.
That's awesome, man. Good for you. If somebody broke into your house and jacked all of your gear, everything is gone, what item would you miss the most? What item would be the one that you're like, that son of a gun, now I got to go and get this item back? What would be that item?
Well, first of all, I would miss the person who stole my hi-fi gear like a long-lost child and chase them to the ends of the earth. But I guess that's not the point of the question. I would miss so many things, to be honest with you, but I would miss my LS35As, the vintage speakers that I have, because they're, first of all, hard to replace in the right condition, and, you know, they're really valuable. I wouldn't miss anything that can be bought in the market right now, because I would just put out a second mortgage and buy it again.
There you go. Okay, cool. That's fair. So, okay, with reviews, you know, we have, you know, subjective, we have objective. And my question for you is, do you plan on staying completely subjective in your reviews, or do you think that there will be a point in time where you might offer like measurements? Do you want to kind of fold that into the reviews at some point?
So for the time being, I plan to stay completely subjective, because objective measurements are hard to do and need the right type of gear, and I don't want to do a half-assed job. Also, I don't think objective measurements can ever tell us how we subjectively hear. Well, not yet at the very least, and I know that's controversial, but that's what I believe. So until, you know, the gear is on par, or, you know, I can at least afford some gear to do so, I don't want to do a half-assed job. So for the time being, completely subjective. And if I were to do objective measurements, it will be on a different platform. It won't be mixed into the reviews, because that's just too much.
Perfect. What about sound clips? So sound clips, speaking of like controversy and, you know, hey, we're going to do a sound demo. What are your thoughts on sound clips in reviews? I know that you've done some sound demos. Are you happy with how it sounds on YouTube? And do you think that it does help viewers, you know, understand and hear what it is that you were describing in the review?
So I saw Steven Guttenberg's The Audiophiliac's explanation of why sound demos don't work, actually. So, and my friend linked that to me right away, because I do sound demos.
What the heck
right?
does that guy know?
No. He actually explained it spot on, and I agree with him. So my background is actually in neurosciences and biology. So I took pride in building a demo head that can replicate a system or a headphone as close to possible. So I made it from scratch.
Wow.
And I'm being extremely biased here, obviously, because I made it myself. But I have to say, I saw the limitations when recording a demo for a real high-end system. It was able to record audible parts of the music, but left out the physical experience, so to speak. So the video are there for really entertainment purposes, and because people ask for them, but I don't expect it to replicate a stereo system or even a headphone. I mean, we struggle to replicate live music through extremely high-end systems. How are you going to expect to replicate a system now through, another system?
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And YouTube is the worst because of all the compression.
Yeah.
It puts me into depression, like seriously.
Yeah.
That's why I put up original recorded files on our Patreon, but that's the best I can do for now. But it's really for entertainment purposes. I don't expect people to really get the sense of the speaker. Then what's the point of us being here, right?
Sure.
So I think it kind of gives you does the speaker have a little bit more bass, that kind of thing, but it's not going to give you the depth, the sound stage, the imaging, and all that all together.
I think that's totally fair. You've reviewed both headphones and speakers. If you had to pick one to live with, you got to pick one and ignore the other. Which one are you going to pick and why?
Oh, boy.
Good luck, Jay. I'm a jerk.
You're really putting me on the spotlight here. If I had to pick one to live with, I would pick speakers if the living condition allows. Because it gives you a wall of soundstage and imaging that a headphone really can't.
Yeah.
But headphones have their own benefits with intimacy and detail that I would seriously, miss. But
yeah.
Speakers will be my choice.
Awesome, man. I agree with you. Okay, so as you know, the comments section on YouTube can be either like the most encouraging thing in the whole world. You're like, yes, somebody got it. Somebody appreciates all the hard work that I'm doing. And then it can be a real downer. So what comments piss you off the most after you've published a review, you put all this hard work and effort into it? What drives you crazy?
Well, man, I have a story for you. I actually left the YouTube scene for a while because of this exact issue.
Yeah.
And, it can be totally discouraging, and, especially if you are in a bad stage of your life, it just destroys you because you wake up in the morning and you see the comment section and it's like negative comments, and you worked really hard on this review, right?
Yeah.
So I left for a while because of that, and it got pretty serious at one point, and I got emails and stuff from people. But aside from that, really, when I came back, my mindset was in the right place, I think. And really, I don't even look at negative comments anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I read all my comments, but I just don't reply to negative comments. I mean, life is too short. I'm not gonna dwell on YouTube comments that are just being negative all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say they piss me off anymore. Yeah.
That's good, man. Good for you. It's taken a long time to get to that point, and I've had you described it perfectly. I've had so many moments where I'm like, what is the dang point? You let something get under your skin and it just starts making you so angry. And I think you're right. I mean, we live in such a, negative, world. It's just like, oh, this sucks. This sucks. It's like, really? Does it? Like, you're the one that pressed play and watched it. Like, come on, man.
That's right.
Just go away, like let others enjoy it.
Yeah. And I think it goes both ways because, we're putting ourselves out there, right?
Yeah.
On YouTube. So, we gotta expect some negativity. It's not gonna be all positive. There's no all white, right? There's black and white all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Okay, so analog versus digital, what do you think, Jay?
In my opinion, I think that question is very similar to the question, books versus the internet. Internet gave us the ability to take a lot of information in a very short period of time. But that doesn't mean libraries and bookstores will close down because, ironically enough, people will still buy books. And some serious readers love the idea of having physical copies. I think BBC actually covered an article about this because I used to be a avid reader. So yeah, but much like that, analog is more like nostalgic and give us the opportunity to take out the music we love and hold it, feel it, appreciate it, and play it.
Yeah.
But digital brings us the convenience and the ability to take a lot in, just like the internet. So I don't think one is superior than the other. I think they are just different.
Yeah.
However, ironically enough, I love turntables and I own 2,000 records. So
Awesome. Good for you, man. We're in good company here, folks. That's awesome, man. I've never heard it explained that way, and I think that's a beautiful way to put it. It's like, yeah, I mean, even when like Kindle came out, and you have all these like digital books, people still were like, I'll just go and get the book, So that's a cool way to put it.
I think the way we buy books has changed, just like how we buy music has changed. And what I mean by that is, I go through like Kindle and stuff, and if I really like a book and I want a physical copy of it, then I go buy the book, right?
Yeah.
Just like how we go through Tidal and all these streaming softwares, and then we find the music we really like, and we buy vinyl and CDs.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. That's awesome, man. All right. So, what are your long-term goals for NBT, for the channel, and what can we as viewers, subscribers expect from NBT over the next year?
So we are still young, like really young, I think. And we plan to do this for a long time.
Yeah.
You can expect us to get better and better as we acquire more knowledge and exposure throughout the years. And we hope more viewers can join us and watch us on the way. And that's pretty much all I can say, because I don't want to make any promises that I can't keep.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Bonus question, Jay.
Sure.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yeah.
Good man. Awesome, dude. Well, hey, that wasn't so bad, dude. You knocked it out of the park, man. I enjoyed chatting with you.
Thank you so much. That was nerve-wracking, to say the least.
Yeah. Well, hey, dude, keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, I think that you're really onto something with NBT Studios. So for the folks that are watching this, please, I'll leave the links down below. Check out his channel. And yeah, Jay, thank you so much for your time. I definitely do appreciate it, man.
No, I appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, buddy.
Take care, Ron.
All right, bye.